What you see in front of you is the endless plains of the Circanian sovereignty. You see countless battle flags as armies are marching up and down. 7 different nations with their unique banners, with their unique armors and their unique tactics, all dancing in a beautiful symphony in full unison as they're all gathering around you. You see nothing but an endless sea of soldiers. And in the middle, you see war chariots. And in the main one is standing Albert in all his glory, in his prime, surrounded by his elite vanguard and the war chariots around him. Next to him is his Next to him is his second in command, which vaguely resembles the younger Albert and wears similar armor. Without a doubt, his late son, who gives him his own personal banner, which Albert puts on his back like a cape, and then raises his sword high in the air. And as he does, his armies reply. The ground trembles, there's an earthquake, as you are deafened by the war cry of his endless, peerless armies.
I think we're a little outnumbered.
Just a bit.
I'll take
Really?
the 1,000 in the front, you take the 1,000 in the back.
Yeah. I think there's quite a bit more than that. I suspect this army is endless. This isn't gonna stop until we're beaten on the ground.
This is the part where normally the sensible choice would be to run away.
We're surrounded on all sides by an immeasurable army.
By the way, at this point, Iris going to step forward, roll her shoulders, and crack her knuckles. Well, looks like we're going to have to take down the head of the snake then.
It's not going to be as easy as it sounds. You know the stories.
Don't know until you try.
Wonder if I can stop a chariot.
Hey, wait a second, Iris. I have an idea for something, but you're gonna have to trust me when I say something, or call out something.
Like, she sounds apprehensive. It's like,
How would you like to fly through the air and punch someone in the face?
that would be amazing. She's just looking intensely.
Well, then wait for my cue and I'll see if I can get you there.
She nods.
That sounds like an absolutely horrible idea, but by
But
all
for
means...
now, everyone stay behind me. And the tower shield. Especially you, Alyssia, no offense. You're not exactly a frontline fighter.
None taken. I'm more than happy to let you take the beating.
Are we ready?
I am.
Oh, wait.
Expert,
Less.
question.
Yes?
How close are we to the enemy?
From the first line of soldiers, you are about 100 meters away. However, 100 meters on all sides. You are surrounded by an endless sea of soldiers.
Oh, but still. That means Alyssia will at the moment draw her bow, because the bow is not actually useless. Yet.
By the way, some of you noticed something interesting. And by that, I mean you, Horatius, and you, Lucretia. While the banners that are being waved belong to 7 nations that have long since fallen, there are some other banners that you do recognize. They bear crests that are related to the Klein family. Soldiers from before some of you were even born, that you have only heard of stories and mentions. Fallen members of your family and close friends. They are a part of Albert's army and are now standing against you. in their full prime and glory, with big smiles on their faces as they gaze upon you.
Well, that's not going to be good.
Mm.
They say grandfather's better with a spear than I am.
Oh god.
Everyone, stay away from that banner there. I point at the unicorn rearing on a field of purple.
By the way, at that moment, Iris goes, understand, go right towards that purple banner.
Iris.
She's just grinning, obviously fucking with you. Come on, stop being so tense.
I never know with you.
What did you expect?
This is meant to be fun, she says.
I thought it was
stretches
going to be a
arms.
1v4, but it seems like it's going to be a 4v immeasurable army.
Suddenly, Albert's voice booms over the battlefield with laughter. It seems that despite you guys being clearly so far away, this is his space after all, so he can hear you. And you hear his voice boom over in reply. Sorry to disappoint you, Lucretia, but I never walk alone. Where I go, my men always follow me. They are a part of me. They are my soul, they are my heart and my greatest pride. Anyone who has ever wielded a sword and has stepped on a battlefield I consider my brother, and thus none of us are ever alone. This may be just a place inside my heart, but as long as my heart is beating, they are with me and they will always live on, with their full glory and their honor intact.
At the end of the war chant, I'm just gonna remark with inspirational and terrifying. As I just keep, like, eyeing all of the immeasurable army of spearmen and everything just gonna try and attack us.
There are spearmen, there is cavalry, there are heavy shields, there are crossbows, there are longbows, everything is perfectly synced up in a line. It's like this immeasurable army is facing the greatest foe that they can imagine. They are not cutting you any slack. A lion will not hold back, even versus a rabbit.
I wonder if me and Theron are out there somewhere.
No.
Maybe.
That would be... oh god, that would be
That
strange,
would be
being Theron on the
really-
battlefield.
No, it was
The description
Lucretia,
you gave,
Lucretia.
that includes me, Theron, possibly Iris, and possibly Alyssia. In
Also,
the description.
Alicia looks around and then says to us, "This is like something out of my worst nightmare."
Tell you what, why don't you guys, if you're so curious to find that answer, roll me some perception.
Oh god, I hope we
Wouldn't
don't
it be just
see
hilarious if it's just Horatius and Lucretia versus Dream Horatius and Lucretia?
Alyssia, what you see is that there are some people hiding behind the tower shields that were looking to ambush you as soon as you make your first move. In particularly, the people that were waiting to ambush you were Theron, Horatius, and Lucretia along with Iris.
What?
Oh, really? Alicia is now
apparently
actively.
not there.
Alicia is actively looking for herself, because she knows for a fact that if she were on this battlefield, she would be making the best of any distraction to kill the leadership.
Make me another perception roll.
Are you gonna inform us that there are doppelgangers waiting to kill us?
Oh wow!
By the way,
Alyssia, you, instead of looking for the most obvious spots, you remember this is yourself. It would be too easy. You look in the most unlikely of places, and you spot a shadow. You were definitely there a second ago.
Alicia pipes up. Oh look! It looks like we are going to be ambushed by ourselves.
What? Get it?
Don't give it away yet. Just remain natural. Also,
He can
watch for
hear you.
Well, of course he can.
I'm just I'm making that face where you want to face palm, but you're not actually face
at this point, Iris is still very confident. She's like putting what looks like talismans on each of your shoulders. Right then.
Okay.
Well, there's nothing for it then. And Horatius starts to walk towards the horde.
Iris
As
follows.
you do,
I'm advancing in front of you because, well, I have the tower shield.
as you guys begin advancing, in one sharp fluid motion, Albert draws his blade from his scabbard and looks at you in a challenging manner with a smile on his face. When Selena recruited into Noble Moon, she fought head-on my entire army for 3 days and 3 nights. How long will you last, wonder?
Not nearly that long, probably.
Iris laughs. That's a challenge.
There's 4 of us here. We can take them.
Unfortunately, there's also us in that army, and they know our every move.
That's okay. I've
Me,
never
please.
attacked my sister.
Not really keen on fighting Horatius either.
I have absolutely no problem killing myself.
Yeah, but you're you.
Sibby quote.
Alright, that's making it in the cards. I have absolutely no problem killing myself, Sibby.
Sorry, carry on.
What kind of an answer did you expect?
This combat is under special rules. There is no point for an initiative order because you are literally not going to get any chance to breathe. You are surrounded by innumerable numbers. So based on what actions you take, there will be counters to the actions you take.
As we're basically warily advancing, like I'm assuming they're also gonna start warily advancing.
To your surprise, they do not budge even an inch.
Of course not.
Alright, fair enough. Do they budge now? Might as well start things off with a bang.
You start things off with a bang, and as you do, the tower shields are immediately put into position to take in the blow. Your fireball makes a huge impact and the first wall of tower shield is blown apart, and from behind it you see that you guys jump out along with Firion. And your,
Does he have a really good
your
axe that
clones,
was
the
never used?
images inside Albert's mind immediately rush to fight you.
I would like to intercept them.
I would like to predict my own moves because nobody knows how I fight better than me because I was trained myself.
All of the images inside Albert's mind are going for the real versions of you. So fake Horatius is going for the real one, fake Lucretia is going for the real one, and so forth.
By the way, I'm going
wait.
to completely mess with my own head since Iris is thinking that if he has an image of last time they fought, this one isn't going to expect what she's going to do now.
Iris, your shadow is the fastest. It uses ki and it darts straight for you. Immediately closing the distance, it prepares a heavy right blow straight for your face.
At this point, I probably try sidestepping where my back is against Lucretia, and I'm instantly going to try to close it in against her shield with barriers.
The
your-
combo.
Because it doesn't know
Your
too.
shadow is confused. You see that it clearly expected you to react with brute force and violence and meet it head on, so that completely catches it off guard.
Is it in position for me to combo it?
Yes.
Because I don't want to waste all my 3rd level spell slots, I'll just use a 4th level one. Oh, wow! Alright, it does 30 damage, but since it's a combo, it does twice that. So, 60.
As the thing explodes, you see that the shadow inside burns up and it slowly collapses to the ground.
Iris steps is like, I really have grown much. Still got a ways to go.
Nero. Piece of shit.
I'm also, quickly after the combo, I'm placing myself between Horatius and Shadow Luke Horatius, because,
No,
you know...
I've got this while you were doing that. I
Alright,
was
fair
just
enough.
waiting for you to finish.
Yep, alright, fight up.
Okay,
Beat his ass!
in between the last time Albert saw me, I also got an ability. The ability to never have anyone be able to read my attacks.
Yep.
So I would like to respond with, instead of the normal shoulder down charge or anything I would have done before, plant my foot and hurl my halberd like a javelin into myself while leaping at me with a sword instead.
As
Because
you
it's
clash
certainly
with
what
your
I
own,
wouldn't expect.
as you clash with your own bone, you begin trading, and with every blow, you're starting to read into his motions. However, the clone cannot keep up. Your motions are unreadable to him. He is starting to struggle, and when you see his hesitation, you pounce like a predator that's smelling blood. And you pull off your combo marvelously, managing to seek out the enemy's throat and deliver with your sword definitely a vital hit. Fake Horatius goes down.
Experta,
Yes.
is Shadow Alyssia seriously coming straight for Alyssia?
No, Firion is coming in her place. You don't
Of course
know where
he
the
is.
fake Alyssia is.
She is waiting to shoot me when I have my hands full with Theron, because that is what she would do.
Fair assumption.
And normally she would actually probably not face Theron head on, because that is a stupid idea. But that is exactly
Speaking
what
of
she's
which,
gonna do.
Firion is running straight for you like a mad bull with 2 axes.
Yep. And
I would
rather
suggest placing yourself behind me.
yes, that would be the sensible action and the thing Alyssia would normally do. So instead, she's going to dive towards his leg and try to cut him in the groin.
Ah, fair enough.
Correct.
I don't know. That also seems a very Alyssia thing to do.
Alyssia, make me a dex save.
Yeah, no, fair
As
enough.
you do that, Alyssia, you see that an arrow is coming straight for you. It was trying to intercept you. However, you dived straight for Firion and managed to dodge his oncoming attack and, well, cut him pretty sweetly. The next thing you notice is that you use him perfectly as cover. The fake Alyssa's arrow pierces Firion's leg and he immediately collapses to one knee, being extremely vulnerable and with his back to you.
Yeah. Short swords directly for the neck.
Firion is down, and now you know exactly where Alyssia fired from. And since her location is no longer a secret, she takes her blades out and charges straight for you next.
But you still might want to finish off Theron because he has a habit of not staying down.
Sure, but I'm about to have my hands full with Alyssia. Alyssia will at first take up a defensive stance, but as soon as her clone self is within 80 feet, she will instead dash towards her and shoulder check her.
Make me a dex save. Yeah.
Oh, shit, that would be a 29.
As you charge forward, fake Alyssia immediately starts hurling daggers at you, coated in poison. However, you know exactly what you would throw in this situation, so you choose to dodge them all. The next moment, she quickly gets ready to defend, but it's too late because you shoulder check her like a champion.
Is she knocked knocked on her ass?
Yep.
Sylvain's looking proudly. Ah, the shoulder check.
Classic.
Well
We
then,
taught her that.
the second she hits the ground, Alyssia pounces her shadow self and just starts hacking away like a madman.
And
Like
it's
a
not
mad
long
spider.
before she collapses. In the meantime, Lucretia, in
Lastly,
front of you is a big motherfucking shield.
I
And
have
it's flaring up ready to cast.
I have an idea of something I would not expect to meet. Instead of use my shield like I normally do, I'm going to use it as a kind of hook and basically slam the shield and rip it right out of her arms. Then I'm gonna basically grab her face and cast a sacred flame right into her eyes.
Ow.
That sounds like something I would do. Jesus,
Make an attack
Amanda.
roll.
Make what? Athletics?
Attack roll.
Attack.
You are learning.
No!
Also,
Iris,
that's-
you wanna
Fair.
get in there? Oh
Wow.
shit, okay. Never mind,
I'm
don't
not
need support from
accepting
Iris.
that shit.
I was gonna use okay.
No,
It's
I
just
get
lucky.
to beat myself up if I want to.
Your tactic works flawlessly. She casts something, but because you hooked her shield, it goes off target and off into the distance somewhere. The next moment, you cast your spell right into her face, and Shadow Lucretia completely collapses.
I'm also gonna slit her throat for good measure.
Do you
With
even
the
have a
pocket
blade?
Yeah, my pocket
okay.
knife.
Boot knife.
Your pocket knife. What?
Yeah, the boot knife. I just
Okay.
grabbed
The next moment, as you stand victorious over the clones, you once again gaze to see what Albert's up to. He is not where he was last time.
Uh-oh.
The next moment you realize the ground is trembling because his chariots are charging straight for you. And with the laugh and his blade raised, he is splitting his army like a sea, charging right for you. Of course, the invincible lightning fast general takes the field first. He is not the type to stand back. He always leads the charge.
Lucretia,
I have an idea.
Now.
Yeah, basically, I'm
get
gonna.
down, angle your shield.
What I think you're saying is that you want to use Lucretia's shield as a ramp
Essentially, yeah.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
and lift like one wheel into the air.
Yeah, and then once one wheel in the air, I'm gonna essentially try and slam it onto the side.
Like I said, you're gonna need some help because that war chariot is gonna come in like a truck. You won't be able to hold it on your own. Make me a strength check.
I have
Before that, can I dash to her and aid her?
advantage.
Yeah, you can. So, even though it was gonna be punishing as hell to do it, because that war chariot is literally a couple of tons,
I imagine.
let's say that you actually did it because fuck me, it's a crit.
Yay!
Let's just say we got the fulcrum point just perfect.
Albert's war chariot is coming right for you, and you manage to derail it. What's Klein going to do?
So as it's being derailed onto one wheel, I'm gonna slam into it at full tilt to make it go from like slightly askew to like, you know, almost a 90-degree angle.
Make me an attack.
Sure. Just use my normal macro.
Normal shit, yeah, do it. Okay, good. Now, is that your damage? 6 damage.
That's just the normal halberd damage. I wasn't sure what you wanted to do.
Okay. You managed to help the chariot trickle to one side even further, but it's just barely holding on from tipping over. Iris, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna attempt to kick it as well to make sure it falls over fully.
Make me an attack.
Just one?
Drop kick it.
Yep, just one. Roll damage. Okay, I'm gonna say that with your combined effort, that's gonna be enough. You managed to tip over Albert's war chariot. As you do that, however, you see that he and the people on it leap out of it so they don't get trapped underneath it. Unlike the horses that are still stuck to it, so they collapse on the ground. The other war chariots, however, that were riding closely behind him are now gonna be on top of you guys. What do you do?
I am going to
We
activate.
now have a chariot as cover, correct?
Sorry, what?
We now have a chariot as cover, correct?
Keep in mind Albert and his
Yeah,
men are
they're in the way.
quiet for.
Essentially,
just
as they're
wanted to
coming,
check.
what I'm going to do is activate the talismans that I put onto you previously during the fight and armor you up.
You're doing what now?
I'm armoring you with my armor talismans.
Okay. How does it work?
I'm basically giving you
Gives you
more
AC.
AC.
I'm gonna call out to Iris and I'm just like, it's time!
Iris looks confused. It's like, no, it's not.
What?
There's like loads of them. What are you talking about?
The
No,
winged
not now.
thing!
Not now.
No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna launch you onto one of the chariots. You're gonna beat the shit out of everyone on it and take control of it.
I don't think we have time. How close are they?
If you hurry up, you can actually do it.
No, okay. So I guess I start running towards Lucy, who's still down with her shield. Gonna step
Yeah,
on her shoulders and then push myself up in a big jump.
No, essentially what I'm doing is I have my shield tilted, so basically just jump on my shield, jump, and I'm gonna cast wind wall on, the wind thing, the windy.
Windies.
I cast the Windy.
Whoosh whoosh!
The wind thing.
whoosh.
Gust of wind.
So yeah, basically you're launched about, you're launched like 10 feet, 15 feet in the air. Oh yeah, 15 feet into the air and forward.
And as I
Along
come
with your,
down, I want to attempt to basically drop kick the driver.
As you're sent into the air, Iris, all you see are rows and rows of endless archers aim their bows at you, trying to shoot you out of the sky. However, shooting you out of the sky proves a bit too difficult for them, considering how nimble and quick you are, and that you're very good at knocking projectiles out of the air. All the others see is you are literally buried in a sea of flying arrows left and right, and you somehow come out of that rain unscathed. As you begin descending on top of one of the chariots, the rider screams out, "Shields up!" And as he does, the other people on the chariot, you've seen Albert use this tactic before, you see that the other people on the chariot begin raising their huge tower shields, forming a shell-like surface on top of the chariot to protect it, with spears sticking out to greet you.
Can I activate the talisman that's on me that I put at the beginning of the fight, since I didn't armor myself up? Can I use it to gain myself earth and drop like a rock between the shields?
Yes, and I'm gonna give you advantage for that because you have momentum and a lot of other factors in on this. You have a huge advantage on them.
Human
Alright,
cannonball!
So what should I roll?
Just roll your normal attack with advantage. Oh,
25.
Well, 25
that's
is good
gonna
enough.
be good enough. Right, you manage to pierce through their shield formation and land inside the chariot, sending a few men flying and over the edge, toppling over and falling to the ground. What do you do?
Essentially, what I'm going to do is the driver still there?
Oh yeah, he is reaching around to draw his sword and attack you.
Essentially, what I'm going to do is basically try kicking him off, or at least pinning my foot before grabbing the reins and pulling to the side. So what I'm going to do is use the chariot to smash into the others and move them out of the path of everybody else.
Make me a dex roll.
Dex roll! Actually, should I use key? I'm going to use key to make sure I get this. Give us advantage on dex. Wow, that's actually kind of impressive.
That's actually good enough. You manage to get him out of the way and you immediately yank hard on the chains. And considering you're surrounded by other war chariots in formation, it's not too difficult to steer into one of them. And you crash into a nearby chariot.
Can I veer him off course from the others?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So I want to do that
and
away from the others.
Any chariots left?
Oh yeah, there's about 6 or 7 heavy chariots. However, the one that was most centered on attacking you guys has now been derailed with another, so you have breathing room. The chariots are gonna have to go past you and turn around to charge you again.
Alyssia turns to Lucretia. Any way you have of bringing the crew of the chariot off balance?
I
That's
have
the
an
true majesty.
idea that might work.
Good.
I'm gonna, while they're passing, I'm going to cast Fireball, but beneath them.
Wait, what?
But beneath them.
Oh no, I
Oh.
was thinking of attacking another chariot.
Oh god.
No, no, there's like 6. I'm derailing,
Yes.
I'm casting
Hey,
Fireball
Expersion, quick
beneath
question.
another chariot.
Yeah?
You know when I go Blade Wall, they have to make a wisdom save to not attack me, right?
Yep.
Does that mean if I did it, the chariots would all alter their path to try and slam directly into me?
Under normal circumstances, maybe, but this is not normal circumstances. This is Albert's reality marble, and he is in full control. This is his world, and his soldiers have absolute loyalty to him, and they're absolute professionals. You cannot goad them.
Okay, I just wanted to double check before I was like, that would be insane. In which case, I'm just gonna tell Albert I'm sorry for this and start advancing on him and his crew while they try and recover.
As you're
Can I
charging for them,
Fireball
you see
under the
that
chariot?
his men were actually busy trying to tip the chariot over so it can once again be used.
I thought they would.
With very skilled and precise motions, they managed to achieve just that.
As they come over, can I come around and slam my chariot tip? Fuck you guys!
Sorry, what are you trying to do, Iris?
I basically want to, once I'm past the others, I want to try turning my chariot around and slam into Albert's chariot, like
Make
side
a
on.
dex roll to see if you can steer it properly, because that's gonna be much more difficult.
It's a fucking dragon!